like nigga. And first of all, congratulations, you led us in tackles. But I don't know if you knew that or whatever. You led us in tackles last year. So nigga, and I still tell me. Matter of fact, let me fast forward to that. What is that like when you lead a team in tackles? Because I feel like you was like top 3 best players on our defense last year. It's you, AJ, and Grady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was our anchors last year. So what's that like? Did you want to come back to the Falcons, or was it like money, or like what was the deal with that? Because I know, you know what I'm saying, Arthur Smith's still there. I know Dean Pease had left, and I know we got a new coordinator. Did that have something to play into it as well, or what was the situation?
No, my even still today, my position still stands, man. I definitely would love to come back to Atlanta. I just know the situation because I've been in free agency before. I was in free agency right before I came to Atlanta. I just know when you're dealing with free agency, bro, there's a lot of things that's incorporated. You know, you got situations where a team wants to kind of see who they got and how they pan out. You got also other situations when it comes to financials where do they want to restructure? Do they want to, give you this type of bread? Do they want to do this? What is the history of giving this type of bread? How have these guys panned out? And also goes into the fact of, just the person of who do they want this guy to be the face of their franchise as far as the defense and all those different things. So I understand the process. I remember when I first got into free agency, right before I came to Atlanta, I didn't really know too much about it because I had been 4 years in Tennessee. But when I first went into free agency, I didn't know nothing of what I knew now. If anything, I took everything personal to the point where I'm like, look, how they not want me? How they want to pay me all this? And like, you can't even get caught up in that because, to be quite honest, these teams don't have to give you nothing. They don't have to give you a dime if they don't want to. So, I played my contract out, and after that contract, you just sitting out there, you flown out there, and you're on your own. So really, it's about on whether or not they feel like you the right fit for them. So everything is always about need. Do they need you? Do they feel like they can, use the guys that they got without you? Do they feel like they can get the same production from a guy that's a lot cheaper, or a guy that they feel like is a better player opposed to you? So a lot of those things go into a situation as far as making a decision on a guy before they go spin a bag on him. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with dealing with Atlanta, or any other team that, I might encounter or have talked to. So, it's really those type of things, bro. For me, I know it's a business. I don't take none of this stuff personal because I understand what the real concept is. So, I think at this point right now, the only thing I can do is be ready. I'm 27 years old. I'm 6 years in the league. I just came off a good season. Just having a lot of leverage for myself. Really all I'm doing right now, man, it just went on a phone call to the point where it not only works for me, but also works for the organization as well. Yeah. I'm not really a guy that's really looking to try to be, trying to be egotistical or try to say, oh yeah, I'm this or I'm that. It's just really all based off of my performance. And I feel like that's really what it needs to be. Just really pay off of what a guy is deserving of. Regardless of my situation, you got guys that's not only in my position, but guys that's in the running back market. You got guys that are like that in that situation. What about those guys? Paying them what they feel like they deserve. So, you got those type of situations, man. And, the best thing for guys like me or guys at the free agency to do is to, literally just, be prepared, bro. And at the same time, understand the nature of the game. Yeah. Never take none of this stuff personal. This stuff is strictly business. And if you always view it as that, you're going to always be good. Because a lot of this stuff can really be weighing on you. You could be a lot anxious. You're more anxious than you've ever been. Yeah. You could be thinking that, oh, well, are you saying that I'm not as good as I, showed myself or played? You start kind of thinking, second guessing yourself. And for me being 6 years in the league, that's the thing that I have not done. That's the thing I have kind of strayed away from because I know what's really what it's about. Yeah. So for me, I'm just waiting on that phone call, man. Whenever Atlanta, want to make that phone call, whoever it may be, I'll be ready.
Well, shit. I'm telling you right now, nigga. I've seen our linebacker room. We beefed up on the defense, but you know what I'm saying. We could use you. We could use you back. If we being honest, nigga. I like ep1. Sure. I like. We just got Caden Ellis from the Saints. We still got Troy Anderson. Name another one. Another one. We could use you. So if them niggas ain't called you by now, them niggas being cheap. So sure. I'm gonna talk to Arthur Blank. We go figure out if we need to rob Home Depot.
Hey, look.
Terry Fontenot, we're gonna get Fontenot on
Hey,
the
look.
fucking line. Cause we need you, my nigga.
Yeah,
Don't let them think we don't
No,
need
for
you,
sure,
nigga.
for sure. Hey, look, I got good relationships with all them people, man. You know, I know them firsthand. I done met, shook hands with them, know their families, you know. And I just know that a lot of times, you know, you can't let you know, something like that become personal.
Yeah.
It's a business. They got a job to do. I got a job to do. And at the end of the day, it gotta be something that comes together where both parties are happy. So I just know that something like that take time, bro. It take a lot of time. You got to go through your evaluations of the guys that you got, and you got to go through the evaluation of the guy that you want to get. So once you make that decision, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's how it go.
I feel that. So we're going in. The Falcons are we're in OTAs right now. We're going into we're about to go into preseason in a month. You've been around the team. You got more experience than anybody I know personally with this shit. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. I want you to keep it honest with me. What do you see from Desmond Ridder? Because that's who we running with right now. And so can you just give me some hope? Give me some faith.
My honest opinion about Desmond, I'm practiced against him. I think that he has the ability to do exactly what people see that they think that he can do. He has the ability. He has the arm. You know, it's really about on his confidence.
Yeah.
You know, Marcus Mariota could do the same thing. He had the ability to run and be able to throw. But it always comes down to that mentality and your confidence. The thing that made Tom Brady great as what he was not because of his ability. It was because of his mentality.
Yeah.
And if Desmond can harness that mentality to the point where I'm the shit, I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me, I'm going to prove you wrong, then the sky's the limit for him. What he can't do is be worried about a guy, you know, the guy that's from, you know, Washington, and be looking over his shoulder about him. What he can't do is be worried about the media and, you know, thinking that, oh, he's not making the right throws. And, you know, I've seen some of the comments about him. You know, I understand where, you know, when you're a quarterback, you're getting a lot of flack for any little thing that you do. And it would be in his best interest to not pay attention to any of that. And I would just think from a person that's just from the outside looking in and from a person that's played against him, he can get the job done, but it's always going to be about his mentality and how he want to take this thing to the next level. And I'm pretty sure he done worked his ass off to be where he's at right now. And they considering him to be the starting quarterback from what I've heard. So, you know, at that point, you got coaches and you got the organization talking like that and having that type of, you know, language. You know, they believe enough that he can make that happen. So, but for him to be able to take it to the next level from last year until now, he had really good, maybe 3 to 4 games at the end of the season.
Yeah.
He need to build off of that.
Yeah.
You know, you seen guys like Jalen Hurts. You know, when he first started out, people thought he was trash. People thought, oh, well, he can't make really good decisions. He's a guy that wants to run first. He doesn't want to sit in the pocket. You know, for him to, you know, look at a guy like that and look at his process and his development and how he approached the game, his mentality was the reason why he's successful now. Because he didn't pay attention to the other stuff. You know, he really honed in on his craft. He really paid attention to the stuff that, you know, if he was a quarterback, I would be thinking like a defensive player. Like, if I'm going against myself, what are the weaknesses that I see? When I line up against myself, what are the things that are, you know, showing the defense of, you know, what I'm going to do next? So for him, I think he can get the job done. It's really going to be off with just his mentality and how you want to handle this. You know, there's all this other stuff with the media and stuff.
I feel that, man. I got one more question for you before I let you go, man. It's NIL. How do you feel like your college career would your college career have been different with NIL the way it is right now? What do you see would have been different for you in Alabama?
Yeah, it could have been different, but I could have been not as motivated.
Because
I could have been not as motivated.
Yeah.
I think too with these younger guys, you get in an era of football players where it can be, you know, it could be also beneficial to not only them but their families. Which a lot of guys feel like they want it in my era, and you know, and far on, we felt like, you know, we were the guys that were pushing to try to get those things to happen. And now that it's happening, you know, the game has completely changed. But what a lot of times happens where when you have those things change like that or things that happen like that, you get a different type of mindset, a different type of player. You don't have no longer the era of those guys that, trying to get it out the mud, trying to get to the lead, that kind of that edge type player is basically long gone now.
Yeah.
Now you got kind of the guys that want to be the it factor, or I got the bread before the bread. So, it's just one of those type of mentalities that you're breeding now. So it's going to be interesting to see how the next generation, even after this generation that just got the first NIL deals and kind of went through that process, how they going to be to the point where, they're no longer looking at the league to get a bag. They're looking at college now to get a bag. So the effort or the motivation to try to get to the league, you got to realize, is it going to be as significant as it was when we went getting the bag? Yeah. Or is it going to be a situation where, guys kind of be like, look, once I do this NFL or this college thing, shit, if I ever make it to the league, oh well. Yeah. You can breed those type of mentalities in these younger guys. So it just got, I think these coaches, especially with a coach like Coach Saban, he knows how to like put you in a mindset of like, look, I know you getting your little bag, but just remember the real bag is in the league. Yeah. So don't get the big head. Yeah. He gonna always emphasize that and always remember why you play this game. Yeah. And it can be taken away from you just as fast as it's given to you. So coaches like that's been in the game for a long time, who's had real success, they know how to convey that message to guys like that.
Yeah. I feel that. Man, Rashawn, I appreciate your time, man. Give it up for him one more time, man. I appreciate you joining our episode. Do you think Bama beats Georgia this year? Yes or no?
I think Bama gonna edge Georgia this time, man.
You crazy as hell.
Georgia, because Bama. The thing about Bama is, had our run too, and and after our little run, we've lost.
Yeah.
They're like big. They like twins almost.
Yeah.
To the point, Georgia and Alabama are twins. We right next to each other.
Yeah.
Coach that Bama is in Georgia.
Yeah.
Some of the coaches that came from Georgia came to Bama.
For sure.
They twins.
Yeah.
So now it's become more of a rivalry. Now we ain't looking at each other in SEC championship no more.
Yeah.
We like, look, no, we're gonna see your ass at the end game. So it's become kind of exciting to the point where everybody is anticipating for both of these teams to see each other at the end. Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I may be wrong, but for some reason, away from what I've seen in history and from my own experience, Bama might edge Georgia this year just because of the hype.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get so much hype that, I don't know what it is about the hype, but when you get that hype, bro, you in that last game, man, it makes it that much harder to win. Because you got a team now, they playing with a different level of effort now. They we don't won a couple games in the past, but we got to get this one to solidify who we say we is. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. I expect both of them to be in that last game, though.
Okay. Well, I got to have you back on, man, especially after the game. After Georgia three-peats, I'm going to have you back on.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We can do this, man. Rashawn, man, I definitely, appreciate you for coming, man. Appreciate you for stopping through. Appreciate your words, man. Thank you so much, brother. You blessed my show. This is actually, I don't know if you heard me at the beginning, this is actually the first episode. So you are my first guest, man. So thank you to you, brother. You popped this shit off, man, and I appreciate it, bro. Much continued success doing free agency. Somebody, nigga, you had over 1,000 tackles last year, nigga. You about to get picked up within the week, nigga. Your contract is on the way, nigga. Just stay by the phone, nigga. But thank you again, brother.
I'm sitting right here, man. Tell them Wayne.
I got you, brother. Thank you again, my man. Appreciate your time.